Well, that happened. It just seemed to make sense. I was starting to just kind of get the itch to like kind of like start progressing, to start moving forward. I was like, do I leave Delphi? Like, I was just starting to get this like wanderlust with the writing, and I was reading this section on the passage of time in the book, and it says, for general guidance, consider the first 7 or 8 prompts you answer to be the first busy years after your character becomes a vampire. Everyone they know is still alive, and the world is still the world of their mortal life. And then it later goes on to say, take the opportunity to jump a few decades ahead. And it just seemed to make sense for the story. So his new skill is medicine. So that's his new skill. So he's got quite a few skills now. The remaining skills he has is charity, farming, archery, subterfuge, and medicine. So he's a pretty well-rounded guy. So for my new memory, memory slot 2 is open, so I'm going to add the experience. To keep Eleni with me as long as possible, I begin to study medicine. So that's now my first experience in memory 2. So she is now, with the timeline I'm doing, I think she's pushed 50. He's at about 100. And but he only looks about 30 years old. So that's kind of where they are in age at the moment. And he's starting to do this Frankensteinian medicine study thing. Curious where this is going to go. I didn't think she was going to stick around. I thought she'd just run off like Lycon, but here she still is. And as far as I'm aware, he hasn't killed like any humans. I'm sure it's going to go downhill. I don't know when. I'm happy to go on this tangent. He's earned it. Okay. Oh my gosh. All right. 6. That's a big jump. So going forward 6, I'm at 23. All right, up to 29. Yeek. So again, when you hit about 60 in your prompts, I think it's like an automatic game end. The only other way for the game to end is you run out of resources or skills. But we're at 29, so I'm pushing the halfway point. Oh boy. You are exposed as a monster and flee to a far-off land. Lose any stationary resources. You do not know the language of this new place. How do you overcome this obstacle? What new name do you take? No, Eleni's coming with me. Okay, I get caught. Again, I just said I'm not feeding on humans, but still, like, I'm eating animals. So I'm like feeding on the blood of animals. And my medicine stuff is getting a little sketchy. So that kind of makes sense that I get seen or called out or whatever. And I go to a new place where I don't know language. So this is something I was thinking of. Yeah, he only speaks Greek, and this again he just learned how to read and write. He only speaks Greek. Not to put any spoilers out there, but Rome seems to make the most sense, or Italy. We are currently, because I mentioned Galen, we're currently at about 200 AD, because that's the 4 humors, the science that I was researching, and he was the person that brought up the 4 humors of blood and bile and phlegm. And this Galen individual was around in about 200 AD, give or take. And Greece's power is starting to wane a bit, and the Roman Empire is starting to surge. Christianity is slowly starting to appear. It's kind of making sense. It makes sense to move. Yeah, I'm actually like really happy about this. My brain's turning, but I'm feeling pretty good about this one.